you what the expectation is this time round from the union budget?
Firstly, this is a vote on account and it's sort of an interim budget. And therefore, I guess we kind of look forward to the budget that will eventually come up in June. But as always, we believe that a lot of progressive steps have been made towards, first ease of doing business, and particularly from our industry's point of view, sort of GST. And therefore, anything that keeps making life easier for businesses to grow faster in this vibrant environment, we look forward to such measures even outside of just plain, financial matters. So, for example, a single slab in income tax for 25%, making it so simple for companies to address, to handle. We are looking for such steps across every single law if possible. Keep it simple. We are saying the government should get their revenue, but keep it simple. On another front, from our industry point of view, globally, QSR is a part of Fortune 500. Companies like McDonald's and other global companies around the world are very well recognized as an important contributor to the economy. In India, in the last 25 years, we've sort of sowed the seeds. But now, as more and more companies are sort of in this sector, it is coming of age. QSR contributes tremendously to employment. And actually, if you think about it, to agriculture, which is what India is all about. And yet, as more and more chained restaurants are coming in, which are in the organized sector, that pay sort of input tax when they are buying from organized sector companies, we feel that the time has come for us to start getting input tax credit as well, which sort of has been denied to us so far. While, of course, we appreciate the government put the GST rate itself at 5%, but our wish and hope is that we don't mind paying a slightly higher GST, but input tax credit can actually change the game for the industry. And it'll help the organized sector, it'll help real estate, it'll help agriculture, and it'll help employment. So if you ask me, this is sort of the most important thing that we look forward to in this budget that is coming.
Right. Tell us from the industry point of view, have any of the demand issues bottomed out, you think?
No, of course, we are in our closed period, so I can't talk about the quarter, but I can talk generically. See, my take is that we are touching the tip of an iceberg when it comes to the whole QSR and the eating out industry. I'll give you a great example. See, we eat out 100 times as people, right, in a month, and only 12 times are we eating out. So, out of 100 occasions of eating, 12 times is when we eat out. And if I were to compare to other Asian countries, they eat out 25 to 30 times in a month. And many years ago, these Asian countries were at the 10 or 12 times. So I think when I think about it over the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I think the frequency of eating out is going to go from 12 to 15 to 18 to 20. And therefore, if our industry size is today, say 2 billion, 3 billion, I think it's going to become 6 billion, 10 billion. And that's when the real fun will happen. So to my mind, while blips will be there based on external conditions, the global world itself is so volatile. Some implications do rub off on India as well. But if I were to look, that is normally a few quarters here and there. But if I look at year-on-year trends, I'm quite bullish that the growth in the eating out frequency is going to be more pronounced in the coming years, in the coming quarters than it has been in the past.
Okay, point taken. But you have been expanding into the tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. Is there anything that you're looking from a policy support point of view which might change your capital investment decisions? Any kind of support there?
Oh, absolutely, I am. See, firstly, we are going to invest 1,500 crores over the next 3 to 4 years. Okay, and we are going to create 10 to 15,000 jobs. And therefore, and by the way, indirectly, the impact to the farms is even greater. So, like I said, the single most important thing that we are looking for is the availability of input tax credit for our industry. When the government introduced GST, In fact, it's in the law that input tax credit is the birthright of the companies that operate in India. And therefore, we feel that we want to get that birthright back. And if we get GST input tax credit, I think the 1,500 crore investment can easily become 2,500, 3,000 crores, because it just changes the economics of the whole business. We are an organized sector company. So when we are buying raw materials, it's all from the organized sector. So the amount of input tax that we are paying without credit, yeah, is really hurting our ability to grow faster. So if you were to ask me, it is the single biggest thing that we look forward to.
Right. Great to have you on the show today and highlight and share with us your expectations from the budget. On that note, in fact, we're going to wind it up right here on this edition of First Trades in the Market. It's a goodbye from Anisha and me.